Hi guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do another reading for you guys. This one is going to be on Mars moving into the sign of Leo. That's happening on the 18th of April, 2025. I really wanted to see a little bit more in detail or more in depth what messages wanted to come through as far as how the energy is going to be shifting and changing with Mars, finally moving out of the sign of Cancer into the sign of Leo, and like what we can expect as far as any blessings, positive changes, developments. Now, I touched a little bit on this in my April video, but I really wanted to get like more in-depth messages and go a little bit deeper. So today I'm doing a specific reading on Mars moving into the sign of Leo and how that's going to affect, things. So before I begin, though, I do want to say a big thank you to everybody who has donated. Just small, medium, large donations. It doesn't even matter. All of the people that have sent $10, $20, I really appreciate it. Everybody who has shown up for me to be supportive on this channel, everybody who supported me during some really, really hard times. I just am really grateful. I just want to say thank you for everybody who has been amazing. And I'm excited to record with my new phone, and the quality is like so much better. I can tell the quality is better, and I'm hoping to get like a little tripod to have my phone so I'm not holding it, so like I can do more with the cards and more charms and things like that. And it'll be really cool to see how my videos develop and look a little bit more professional and look a little bit better, and it's probably easier to watch. But until then, I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I'm really grateful for everybody's love and support. All the links to donate, if you want to donate via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, that's going to be in the description box below, as well as the comments. If anybody wanted to do like Zelle, I can put my email address for Zelle if that's how you want to do it. So too, I keep forgetting to add that, but that's possible. If anybody wants to send me like a gift card or anything through the mail, I will also include my PO box for people if they want to send something like that. There was someone who sent me a gift card, and I'm really grateful just for them and just that kindness of just everybody and generosity of everybody. I'm so grateful for. And I do ask for donations because all of my content is free, and I record so much and it's free and I make nothing from it. So if you want to book a reading, that supports what I'm doing. But also if you want to just send a donation, you're more than welcome to do so. And I appreciate all donations. So yeah, I'm ready to jump in. I laid out the cards. I really wanted to keep it simple today. I didn't want to do any charms today for this reading in particular. I may come back and do another charm reading also. And I'm also going to go pop over on IG and do another Mars and Leo video to see what else I pick up over there. So you may want to check me out over on IG. Okay. So one of the cool things that I'm picking up that I saw first off when I laid out this spread was the Five of Wands in reverse. And the Five of Wands typically is like a card in the upright about beating the world up with a stick, like making a million stops and being go, and like still having so much on your plate and so much to do that it's just like one thing after another. And I can say for myself, there's been days where it's been like 3 trips to the UPS store, 2 trips to the post office, 2 or 3 trips to the coffee shop. I mean, it's just like endless. And so that's kind of like how I equate this in the upright. But in the reverse, that's when life gets easier. Problems fall away. All of a sudden you're like, wow, I actually have a little bit of time to go for a jog, or a little bit of time to go hang out with a friend, or meet up with a friend, or go hang out with somebody for coffee. Or I actually have a little bit of time to get back into my journaling, or get back into my writing, or get back into my art. Whatever it is that like you maybe have set aside and like put on a back burner. This is like bringing things to the front burner, being like, oh, I have some time actually, and I can make something else happen, like adding things back in, because all of the tough stuff is kind of falling away. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to be adding really positive things back into your life. That's what I want to say. Things that maybe bring you joy, or maybe things that you just enjoy in general. We have the Nine of Pentacles, connecting to it. And the Nine of Pentacles is doing something that you have a natural gift of. So natural gifts of music, art, for some of you performance, for some of you it's doing things that are creative in some way. This could be photography. This could be woodworking, metalworking, jewelry making, all kinds of different things I'm seeing as far as like your natural gifts or your hobbies and interests. And I feel like some of you are maybe have put that aside. It's very interesting. Maybe you were doing that in the past, and like I feel like for some of you, you're going to be bringing that back when Mars goes into the sign of Leo. And I have to say, some Leos, well, I think actually probably most all Leos that I've ever met have had some kind of creative edge. Some Leos are very, very well known for their art, for their music. Everything that they touch is very expansive in that regard. So for some of you, you may be very well known. You may be posting a lot on social media as well, or doing a lot of things that are expansive. Now I have to say, I knew that this was going to be kind of a theme, but like I didn't see it until now in this way. So it's kind of confirmation for me to kind of like see how the cards are reflecting back what I was thinking as far as, Leo being such an expansive sign, and Mars being in Leo, it's a fire sign. It's going to expand your life in different ways that you haven't seen expand in a long time. So that's a beautiful message. And I think for some of you, you're really going to find that a relief. Like it's a relief because it's like, oh, I actually have time to do things that I love and enjoy. Now, some of you, I want to say, are going to cry when something is like released from your plate. So say something is like done and checked off, like say you check a box on something, you're going to be like, God, I'm so grateful. I'm so glad it's no longer my responsibility to do X, Y, Z. Or I'm so grateful. I'm so glad that I no longer have to carry the burden of whatever or get certain things done on a daily basis. Like it's almost as if maybe your to-do list is going to get shorter. And you're going to be relieved. You're going to be so relieved. Some of you are going to cry. It's going to be like, oh my God, like it's like night and day. Like, and some of you, the relief is going to come through other people. And I don't know, maybe there's a lot of people that depend on you for work, or maybe there's people that depend on you in general. Maybe there's a relief that's coming through family or through friends. I see all these people in this card, and I don't know if I've ever really seen it this way before. I don't think I have. It's hard to focus on it, but there's people there. There's people in the water there. There's figures and faces. And so I think that there's going to be some, I want to say relief coming from other people, but also whatever is it's almost as if whatever it is that's like been your responsibility, or been something that you have to carry or have to like do, it's going to be changing. It's almost as if like there's a shifting of the guard where you give up some responsibility to somebody else, or you delegate responsibility to somebody else. So let's just say you've been managing an office. Maybe you get promoted, or you get to do something else, which takes like, let's just say scheduling or doing payroll off of your plate. You're like, I don't have to do that anymore. Thank God. And like, you're going to be so happy because it like, frees up your time, and you're not worried so much about payroll. You're not so worried so much about scheduling, or you're not so much worried about hours or something. It's kind of like that. I'm seeing a lot in depth regarding that. Sorry, I have to stretch my leg. Okay. So I also see just a relief in general. I see relief in general from these two combined here. Just tears of joy, tears of relief, tears of like, oh my gosh, you know, whatever it is that you've been. Okay, so this is, sorry to interrupt my thought there, but I was going, something interesting came through when I was talking. I was going to say whatever it is that you've been putting on a back burner, but then the thing that came through was, I think that, let's just say hypothetically, you put something on a back burner and you brought it to the forefront of your attention. There's some sadness or tears of sorrow or tears of just kind of like a release of energy regarding facing or focusing on something that that maybe you didn't realize was important. So it's almost as if like a shifting of priorities is going to be taking place when Mars goes into the sign of Leo. And I'm getting strong confirmation on that. Like it's a strong shift in priorities, but it feels like suddenly it's like, oh, I really should have been focusing on my love life before, or I really should have been focusing over here before, but you didn't. And so it's like, you're going to be really being like, why didn't I do that? And upset, for some of you, upset that maybe you were focusing on a certain area of your life for so long and you didn't focus on other things. So like how this would manifest for some of you, I feel like it's more relationships. I feel like for some of you, maybe for some you've put relationships on a back burner to your career, and you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe that I did that. And there's going to be some kind of, I don't know, emotional response to that. It's like something it's going to come into your field of focus. That's what I want to say. When Mars goes into Leo, that you didn't see before. And when it comes into your field of focus, it's almost like a realization of something, or something that you should have paid attention to, or something you should have focused on, or maybe you just missed it. Whatever it is, you're going to, I want to say, have like an emotional response to it. And you're going to be like, I can't believe I didn't even see that. Or I can't believe that I put that on the back burner for so long. The biggest regrets that I think people can have in life are things that they either put aside and they think it doesn't matter for like an extended period of time, and all this time passes, and then it's like, oh my God, like why did it take me so long to make that phone call, or why did it take me so long to visit somebody, or why did it take me so long to spend time with my grandparents, you know, kind of thing. And I think when that happens, there's this sort of like emotional response to it, you know. I lost my grandparents, I think it was like 2013, 2014, sometime around there. And I think I lost my grandma in 2017, 2018, sometime. And it shifted my perspective on life, you know, because, you know, you don't appreciate somebody until they're gone. And so for some of you, it's like this thing where you're going to be like, I wish I had spent more time, or I wish I had spent more effort, or I wish I had done something different. I wish I had not put something aside, or I wish I had maybe taken your career in a different direction, or maybe taken a relationship in a different direction. I feel like a lot of people are going to be really examining things differently because, you know, this Mars in Cancer, I mean, Cancer moves sideways. It moves side to side. It does not move forward and backwards, okay? So like, it's hard to have a perspective when you're taking a side step. You're not going directly for what you want. You're not directly calling somebody. You're not directly being like, hi, let's go hang out. You're not showing up and being like, hey, I'm here to work. It's a side thing where you might, you know, message somebody on IG, or you might text somebody instead of call somebody, or you might put something off, like procrastinate, or like not, like this as an example, go see your grandparents. And like that is something where you're going to see the result when Mars moves into Leo of moving in a more direct kind of way. And when you move in a direct kind of way, like you do make the phone call and you do go visit the grandparents and you do XYZ, it's going to have like this whole ripple effect on your life, and you're going to have a emotional response to it. It's going to be like almost like my guides are showing me like a peony flower that pops. And to me, Leos kind of are balloons, like they expand so far and they can pop. So I feel like there is something about that here that's showing up, and I don't know why I'm seeing that today, but definitely the fact that I'm seeing a balloon though is actually a good sign. Balloons, usually I've seen like hot air balloons. I've seen when I was sort of on the precipice of something amazing happening, or I was on the precipice of something good taking place, or I was on the precipice of like starting on a new journey or starting down a new path, or being at a place where I needed to be. So hot air balloons and balloons in general, I feel like are uplifting naturally, but also signs of good luck, positive omens, things like that. Okay, so I want to talk about some of these other energies. We have the Eight of Pentacles here showing up in the immediate future. So there's going to be some work-related things, career-related things that you're going to be focusing on. Less stress around career for some of you. Less stress about money, less stress about how to make money, less stress about where you're going to put your money, how you're spending your money. There's going to be things that come through as far as like how you want to spend it, or maybe some of you doing different things with investing, or some of you doing different things with spending, but I see it as being positive, like really, really positive. The Eight of Cups in this position is like, it's like a stress-free zone. I think of the Eight of Cups, it's moving away from stress. That's the Eight of Cups, and shining a light on things that are important. And so the Eight of Pentacles to me together with the Eight of Cups is like a stress-free zone, maybe starting a new job where there's less pressure, or doing some work where you have more autonomy, or again, there's a release of responsibilities that frees you up to do the things that you want and enjoy. And there's a lot of growth that's going to come from that. I'm seeing this interesting curling thing here with this gemstone. There's going to be some things that pop up unexpectedly as far as financial blessings for you, and you might see your money grow. Those of you who do have investments in unusual sectors or unusual ways. Nobody thought like Tesla was anything going to become anything. So again, you're going to want to watch some of the things that are being said as far as technology, as far as that whole, I want to say that whole sector. Okay. You're going to want to watch things like that. There might be some interesting developments there. Things that are, let's just say, small. Okay. Because the spider is like tiny. Okay. And it's got like these tiny little things, and it's making this beautiful pattern. So like things that are small, let's just say, for investment, something that starts off very, very small, minuscule, could become very lucrative later on in time. Let's just say you invest in a small amount into something. It might actually blow up. Again, we have Mars and Leo, so it's like the balloon, there's something blowing up, getting bigger that you're not expecting. I also have to say, there's two things that came to me. One is that you might have feelings, the outcome is the Ace of Cups. You might not even recognize that you have feelings for somebody. Like you might start off in the beginning where Mars is in Leo, where, you're not really thinking about, how much feelings you have for somebody. And then by the end of Mars being Leo, you might realize you have very strong feelings for somebody. Like this is like falling in love, being really very deeply in love with somebody. And you might not see that coming because, again, it might start off where you weren't paying attention to it, or let's just say you were casually dating somebody and not thinking it's going to go anywhere, or let's just say, you're hanging out with somebody a lot or talking to somebody a lot, and then suddenly it's like you realize you've grown feelings, but those feelings have blossomed in a way that you probably wouldn't expect. That's the first thing that I saw regarding feelings. But I also feel like the energy of expansion, and it was, growth in career, that I was going to say, um, growth in different areas of your life. I think I lost the second one, but growth in different areas of your life um, is going to be something, a theme that maybe you didn't expect things to grow, or you didn't expect things to expand in the way that they do during this transit. So I feel like that's going to be a big key element, key thing. And I also feel like, yeah, because the Ace of Cups also is the fish is the money. So it's like, for some, you're going to see a huge shift in your finances, growth in definitely in your finances or in your career. I was going to say something about like a new job that pays you more, pays you better, and expanding with that. An opportunity that comes through, or something that comes through that pays you more, that pays you well. I feel like some of you do need to learn to work on your boundaries and set better boundaries and limits for yourself. That's the only thing I will say. With all this expansion, it's very easy to stay up way too late, work way too many hours, do way too much. Okay, so you got to watch out for burnout. I would just make sure that you're going to bed and not like burning the midnight oil too far. I do feel like there's going to be a bold move, I want to say, on somebody like making a bold move or bold statement that blows you away. I want to say it's like either a profession of love, or it's like maybe on a date somehow, or it's just like something where somebody makes a very bold move or very bold statement, and it kind of comes out of nowhere and out of the blue and you're not expecting it. I definitely see that. And that's going to also cause a ripple effect, which is very positive for your relationships. Yeah, like I'm seeing big, bold steps for you, either in social media, in your love life, in all different kinds of ways. For some of you, you're going to go for a job that maybe you would never have gone for before. Maybe this is like a higher up level job where you're making six figures, and maybe that's something that you would never have gone for, but I see you going for it. This is a time with Mars and Leo. This is a time to reach higher, go for more, push yourself, expand. Those of you who are like wanting to go back to school, this is like studying hard, getting a degree. Some of you getting like an advanced degree. This is the time for it. I definitely feel very much so that would go well. What I want to say. I think I'm going to leave off here. This is about, about where I left off in my other reading, about 23 minutes here. So I'm going to leave off here. Thank you guys so much for being amazing fans and followers. If you'd like to book a reading, definitely check out the links in my description box. It's $100 for 30 minutes. It's by phone. It's very easy to book. And yeah, I wish you guys all the best. I send everybody big hugs, big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys.